Hello students, welcome. Now we will move towards Unit 2, that is System Structure. Till now we have seen different objectives, functions and services provided by operating system. Now we will discuss operating system services in detail. Firstly, operating system helps in starting the computer and booting process of secondary storage, which is also called as bootstrap program. Again, OS provides user interface so that user can easily communicate with the computer. There are three kinds of interface, that is command line interface, batch interface and graphical user interface. The operating system loads a program into memory and runs that program. The program must be able to end its execution either normally or abnormally. That means operating system is helpful in program execution. Then a running program may require input output, which may involve a file or an input output device. Users usually cannot control I/O devices directly. So, operating system must provide a means to do input-output operations. Then file system manipulation. The file handling is most important feature, which includes operations on files. The operations are like reading, writing, file creation, deletion and updation, searching and listing of files and directories. Also, the file permission management is important operation. All these operations on file should be provided by the operating system. Then communication. The processes may want to communicate, need to exchange the information, data while they are executing. These processes may be executing on the same computer or may be on different. These communications may be implemented via shared memory, in which two or more processes read and write to share section of memory, or message passing, in which packets of information in predefined formats are moved between processes. Error detection. The operating system needs to be detecting and correcting errors constantly. Errors may occur in the CPU and memory hardware in I/O devices and in the user program. For each type of error, the operating system should take the appropriate action to ensure correct and consistent computing. Again, it provides security. OS provides network communication facilities as well. Next is system call concept. System calls provides an interface to the service made available by the operating system. These calls are generally available as routines written in C and C++, although certain low-level tasks may have to be written using assembly language instructions. In short, system calls, you can say that it provides the interface between a running program and the operating system. There are different system calls available like process or job control, device manipulation, file manipulation, information maintenance, communication, system call implementation, etc. First type of system call is process and job control. The major system calls available under this category can be listed as follows: end, abort, load, execute, create process, terminate process, get process, set process attributes, wait for time, wait event, signal event, allocate and deallocate memory. In this, first end and abort. A running program needs to be able to halt its execution either normally or abnormally. Program termination normally means it exits itself on its own with written end instruction, whereas termination of program occurs abnormally when there may occur some interruption or abort system call is used to terminate the process. End system call is used to terminate process normally, whereas abort system call is used to terminate process abnormally. Next is load and execute. This system call allows the command to execute a program as directed by the user's command. It allows you to load required jobs into the memory. Next is create and terminate process. These system calls are used to create a process and terminate the process. In Unix system, fork is used to create child process. Exit system call is used to terminate the process. Get process attribute and set process attributes. These system calls are used to get and set process attributes. When we create a new process, it requires to execute that process. To execute it efficiently, it needs to control execution, and this we have to get the attributes for particular process to set and the attributes if required. The various attributes are process ID, priority, runtime process, creation, data, and time. Wait for time. This system call is used when some job is created and we may need to wait to finish its execution. This system call is used for allocating a specific time for the execution. Wait event and signal event. These system calls are used in the process synchronization purpose. Last one is allocate and deallocate memory. These system calls are used for allocation of the memory and deallocation or free the memory. Next system call is file manipulation. The different system calls available under this category are create file, delete file, open, close, read, write, reposition, and get file attribute, set file attribute. First is create and delete file. Sometimes we may require creating a new file for any operation. In this case, we can use the create system call. In the same way, if we want to delete some created file, we can use delete system call. Next is open, close. Open system call is used for opening a file by giving required parameters or information. You can close the file by using close system call. Read, write, reposition. Many more times we require read or write operation. Read system call is used to perform read operation. In case of appending a particular file or copying a particular file into another, write system call is used. Reposition. In some device like tape, it may require to reposition file. In this case, a pointer may be set at the starting position or can be repositioned anywhere into the file. Get file attribute, set file attribute. When any file is created or in use, much information gets attached to that particular file by operating system. This information is in the form of either parameters or attributes. There are two system calls related to the file of attributes are get or set file pointer in the file. User can also set his own parameters or attributes, for example, to give read permission to file or write permission to execute permission, etc. It can be given or can be set with the help of set file attribute system call. Next system call is device manipulation. System calls available under this category are request release device, read write reposition, get device attribute, set device attribute, logically attach and detach devices. A program when running may need additional resources like more memory to access to other file and so on. If those resources are available, then they can be granted by operating system and can control can be returned to the user's program. If those resources are not available, then program has to wait until the required resource get released. If the system has multiple users, we must first have to request the resources, and if it is available after finishing our work, we must release it. The system calls are similar to open and close system calls. Next system call is information maintenance. The major system calls available under this category are get time or date, set time or date, get system data, set system data, get process file or device attributes, set process file or device attributes. Many system calls are for purpose of transferring information between user and operating system. For example, most system calls to return the date and time of the created file. Other system calls may return the information about the system such as amount of free memory space. Generally, there are the system calls to process the information as get file attribute and set file attribute. Last system call is communication. The major system calls available under this category are create, delete communication connection, send receive messages, transfer status information, attach a detached remote device. Now there are two modes of communications. First one is message passing model and share memory model. In message passing model, information is exchanged through an inter-process communication facility. Before communication takes place, the connection among systems must be opened. The name of the other communication must be known. That may be on the same CPU or on the other's computer in the network. Similarly, each process has process name, that is PID, and get host ID are used to know process and the host terminal ID. The second model, that is share memory model. In this type of communication, there is an exchange of information by reading and writing the data in the shared area of the memory. Now we will see system call implementation. System calls occur in different ways depending upon the computer in use. A system call usually makes a trap to the operating system. The system call identifies itself by some number. The operating system then accordingly processes the system call. Often more information is required than simply the identity of the desired system call. The exact type and amount of information varies according to the particular operating system call. For example, to read an input, we might read to specify the file name or device to use and the address and length of the memory buffer into which it should be read. There are two general methods are used to pass parameters to the operating system. The simplest approach is to pass parameters in registers. However, in some cases, there may be more parameters than the register. Here you can see that there are more parameters than registers. In these cases, the parameters are generally stored in a block of table in memory, and the starting address of the block is passed as a parameter in a register. You can see that X is a parameter for call, and now we have to store this address in a register. You can see that in a diagram, and these parameters are used by the operating system then to process accordingly. Next is the system program. The main function of operating system is to provide programming environment to user. So every operating system provides a set of system programming tools with operating system. These tools are assemblers, loaders, macros, compilers and interpreters, editors, and debuggers. First is the assembler. It is very difficult to write or develop programs in machine language. So, binary instructions are replaced in place of mnemonic words which can be described the meaning of machine instruction. Such a mnemonic language is now called as a assembly language. Next is the loaders. The main function of loader is to place object program into the memory and execute it for this loader. It converts object code into executable form by relocating the object code. Next is the macros. Macro is a small program which can be replaced with macro call by preprocessor called as expansion. Macro increases speed of object code. It provides an easy and efficient solution to the problem of repeatedly needing the sequence of instruction. The entire operating system is written as a series of macro definitions and macro calls. So, macro is the abbreviation of group of instruction. It requires preprocessor for expansion. It is called as microprocessor. Input of macroprocessor is assembly language program with macro, and output of macroprocessor is a macro program without macro. Next is the compilers and interpreters. Now, compiler and interpreter are the language translators which translates high level languages into lower level languages. Now, command interpreter. It is the user interface provided by the operating system. It is always waiting for the command by displaying command prompt on the screen. If user enter any command, then it satisfies the command immediately and again waiting for the next command. Next is the editors. Editors are the program which edits the text. Last one is the debuggers. These are used for debugging the program. Debug monitors used for the dynamic debugging. It provides some facilities like it setting breakpoint in the program, initiating a debug conversation between when control reaches a breakpoint, displaying values of variables, assigning new values to the variables, testing user-defined assertions and predicates involving program variables. Command interpreter. It is the user interface provided by the operating system. It always waiting for the command by displaying command prompt on the screen. If user want to enter any command, then it satisfies that command immediately and again waiting for the next command. Then absolute path. It always starts with the root directory to that directory. Next is the relative path. This path is from the current directory to that directory. System boot. After an operating system is generated, it must be made available for use by the hardware. The procedure of starting a computer by loading the kernel is known as booting the system. On computer system, a small piece of code known as the bootstrap program or bootstrap loader, which locates the kernel, loads it into the main memory and start its execution. When CPU receives a reset event, the instruction register is loaded with a predefined memory program which is in the form of read-only memory, which is ROM, which is convenient because it needs no initialization and cannot easily be infected by a computer virus. Thank you.